this session. So the first one will be about automatic pre-image attack framework on ASCAN using a linearized and guess approach, and Johan will give that out.
Thanks for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Huina. Today I will going to present our work, automatic pre-image attack framework on ASCAN using a linearized and guess approach. And this is a joint work with何乐、陈诗瑶、郭健 and 邱卫东. Here is the outline of today's talk. So let's start with ASCAN. ASCAN is designed by Dobronik, Ashlada, Mendel, and Slasha. ASCAN is a family of lightweight cryptographic algorithm for AAD and hashing functionality. It was selected as the final winner of lightweight cryptography competition. So now if we look into how ASCAN works for the hashing, the mode of operation for the hashing is based on the well-known sponge construction with the capacity of C and the rate of R. There are three phases: the initialization, absorb, message, squeeze, hash. During the absorbing and squeezing phases, we apply the application which runs for 12 rounds. So now we have two variants of ASCAN hashing. The only difference between them is the lines of the output. For ASCAN hash with fixed output lines 256, and for ASCAN SOV have with arbitrary output lines. So let's look at the underlying permutation. It operates on 320 bits. The state is split into 564 bits register words. And the permutation interactively apply an SPN-based round function. The round function consists of 3 operations. And the first operation is the addition of constants. We need to add 8-bit constant to the second register word in each round. And then the next nonlinear layer. It's basically as a SBox operation. It updates the state with 64 parallel application of 5 bits SBox. So mathematically, the SBox of ASCAN is algebraic degree is 2, and here is expression. And the next the linear diffusion layer. It provides diffusion with each 64 bits register word. Its expression is basically x-axis and rotated cyclic shifts. Okay, sorry. So as for ASCAN hashing, it is certified that 3 basic security requirement of the hash function: the collision resistance, the pre-image resistance, and the second pre-image resistance. And in today, the pre-image resistance is what we are looking at in this talk. We have the given value of h bits, and we try to find the message that maps to the hash value. So by brute force, we would require 2 to h travels in average. And for any techniques that is faster than the brute force, we can call it a successful pre-image attack. So this is the summary. Since the Kachak was selected as the SHA-3 standard, mining techniques in pre-image attack against sponge-based hashing were present. At Asia Craft 2016, an linearized technique, linear structure, was proposed by Guo and Liu, XO, and subsequently improved by Li and Swing, Wing and a locked-in model. Up to now, mining techniques based on such pre-image attack framework were proposed. And in our work, we try to attend such pre-image attack framework to ASCON using some techniques. So up to now for ASCON hashing, the first pre-image attack is proposed by the designer with a algebraic technique. And at Europe Craft 2023, Qin XO proposed a pre-image attack using the meet in the middle approach. And Meteor XO reflects this problem and use in SAT, but both of them require a huge memory. In our approach, our approach does not require any memory usage. So let's look at how does the linear structure works. This is a 1/2 round linear structure of Kachak with the 256 degrees of freedom. After by linearizing the nonlinear operation chi operation, so we can get a 2 round entirely linear state. Based on this linear structure, we can construct a system of linear equations with the degrees of freedom. Then we have a non-trivial solution. So the total gain is 2m, and the matching problem of each gas is 2m minus h. That means we have to require 2h minus m solutions. So the total computation of finding a pre-image is 2h minus m. So to improve the linear structure, Li and Sun proposed an locked-in model. They extended a long linear structure. So how does the locked-in model works? Firstly, we need to find an inner part that satisfy the certain conditions of the inner part. Then, based on the linear structure, we can construct the systems. So the final complexity of finding a multi-block pre-image is 2 h minus m. So next, I will show you how to extend the Provel's pre-image attack framework to ASCON XOF. For ASCON hash scheme, it has a small reach, and that means the degrees of freedom used by the attackers is limited. So and the linear diffusion layer is highly flexible, and the nonlinear layer is more complex. So, which will give us a large challenge for design such structures. So this is overline of our framework. So this is so in this framework we first build a SAT model for searching optimal structures. After getting all structures, we have to check its validity. In our framework, we master the DR is greater or equal to D1. So if it is a valued structure, we can calculate its final perplexity. So this I will give you a 3-round structures to show how our mathematical search model. So in our framework, we need to model, according to this configuration, we have to model the bit propagation, model the matching hash bit, and some extra conditions such as the initial state and the objective functions. So this is in the initial state. In our model, we separated all state bits into 3 types: the linear, constant, and the unknown bits. The algebraic degree of unknown bits is the greater one. So in the initial state, the linear bits only exist in the out part. And to give the relation, to give a relation used in the matching, we first study the diffusion of linear bits through the last nonlinear layer. Each column is a S-box for 5 bits inputs, and the out bit B0 is known. We can recover it from the hash value. So the problem is how to construct a linear equation based on the known hash bit. So this is an observation. If the algebraic degree of these 3 bits are at most 1, then we can generate one guess linear equation with a probability of 3 quanters. So each equations can still bring a gain of 220,585. So how to translate into the SAT model? For each column, if these 3 bits are all linear bits or constant bits, we see there is 1 bit hash matching, and that means one guess linear equations is constructed. So additionally, we introduce extra 64 variables to indicate which column matches successfully. So in order to find the optimal structures, we have to maximum the number of guess linear equation. So this requires us initialize the nonlinear layer to get more and more linear bits or constant bits at the last nonlinear layer. So how to do it? So we found that by adding specific conditions at a different nonlinear layer, we can control the diffusion of the linear bits. So this is the first nonlinear bits. We can add such conditions, and in this way we get five. We get five diffusion patterns together with four constant. Basis on the expressions, we can know that the third bit of the output must be a constant bit. And the next, after the following linear diffusion layer, we can conclude that the third row of the second nonlinear layer must be all constant bits. So we add some constraints in the outputs of the second nonlinear layer, that we only allowing the outputs, the first and the last bit of the output are unknown bits. In this way, we have eight diffusion patterns. So why we add such constructions? That's because the final goal is for us is to constrain more and more linear gas linear equations. That's so the B0, B2, B3 that must be linear bits or constant bits. So basis on this property, we introduce such constraints. So we applied our automatic pro-image attack framework on 3 rounds and 4 rounds pre-image attack on ASCON. And basis on 2 round structures, we improved 3 round pre-image attacks using 55 13 optimal structure with the 27 degrees of freedom and 27 gases linear equations. So we can improve the result. And for 4 round pre-image attack, we also get the best result. Okay. So that's all. Thanks for the attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have time for one short question. Okay, I have, of course, a question. So you looked at the XOF, derived output function. Do you think your attack can also be extended to the hash function? Looking at larger output, basically 256 bits or something like that? Large outputs, yeah.
Yes, actually, we tried such. Oh, sorry. Actually, we tried such pre-image attack in Kachak, on Kachak, but because its state is too large, so actually, our SAT model cannot obtain a solution in practical time, so we didn't go on. So
Okay,
so
understood, yeah.
oh, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So let's thank the speaker again. So the next talk is again about automatic cryptanalysis. It's about an automatic collision attack on RIPE MT160. And Wolfgang will give the talk.
Thanks for introduction. The title of this talk is Automating Clean Attacks on RapMD 160. This is a joint work with Yinxin Li and Gaoli Wang. And this is an overview of this talk, so let us skip it and start. And for convenience, I will simply say RapMD rather than RapMD 160. Yeah. And so RapMD is a hash function designed by Optin at FSE in 1996. So it's a very old hash function. The main purpose to design this hash function is to strengthen security of MD5 because at that time, Optin has already found a practical semi-free start clean attack on full round MD5. And the main idea of underlying RapMD is to use a double branch structure. So you can view RapMD as a two parallel instances of MD5. Of course, in each single branch, the step function is much more complex than that of MD5. And now RapMD is an ISO IEC standard. And a very famous application is to generate the Bitcoin address with SHA-256. So let me give some more details about the step function of RapMD. So as you can see, it consists of 5 rounds, and each round is composed of 16 steps. So, and we can denote the internal states on the left and the right branches by xi and yi respectively. And it uses the well-known feed-forward operation, so to generate to compute the chaining variable. And the step function on both branches are of the same form. So I only take the step function on the left branch as an example to explain it. So it takes 5 internal states, xi minus 5, xi minus 5, xi minus 4, xi minus 3, xi minus 2, xi minus 1 as inputs. Of course, we also need to take a message word, mi as input, and we calculate a new internal state xi. And here we use the intermediate variable qi for simplifying this expression. And for RapMD, we have some known techniques and results. The first technique is a recently proposed tool to find the signed differential trials. And before this work, we also have automatic tools, but it's not open source, but you can access this tool by contacting the developers, and they are very friendly to help you. So, and as for the best attack, the best clean attack can reach up to 36 steps, and the best semi-free start clean attack can reach up to 40 steps. And we are attacking RapMD, so we need to follow. So we still follow Wang, the well-known technique developed by Wang et al. So the common procedure of this attack is first to choose the message differences, and indeed, after we determine the message difference, we already know the number of rounds that we can attack. So indeed, if we determine the message difference, we can already determine the places of local cleans, and then our goal is to search for a differential trial to make such that we can find a clean with this differential trial. And the last step is to fulfill the differential conditions, and this is called the message modification. So yeah, and as already said, the first step where it directly determines the number of attacked round steps, and the last step, the message modification, is closely related to the complexity of the attack. So yeah, for example, our new attack is closely related to the 36, the best clean attack and the best semi-free start clean attack, because so we mainly improve the 2 attacks. So it's important to briefly recall these 2 attacks. So first is the clean attack, and in this attack, we choose the message differences at M0, M6, and M9. Then we can have a very beautiful local clean here, and And then we can also know where the remaining local cleanings are. And so we need to find a solution for the question marks. So, and now we have the tool at our hand. So it's very easy to do this. We just ask the solver, give me a solution of this question mark. So we can get this. And we can also get this. So after getting for a differential chair of this shape, there is also an efficient message modification. That's we can find a message pair to efficiently fulfill the differential conditions. As you may observe, there are some. So you can see there are differences here, here, here. So there will be some conditions on IV. So we need to use 2 message blocks. And so after we find a valid IV with the first message block, then we can use some message modification technique to fulfill the conditions on this part. And this can be efficiently fulfilled, but I will not give the details here. We call such a solution as a starting point. And then for each starting point, we can use the degrees of freedom provided by Y10, Y11, Y13, Y15 to fulfill the remaining conditions with an early abort strategy. So for example, we use these 2 words to fulfill the differential conditions here. We use this internal state to fulfill the differential conditions here, and use this degrees of freedom in Y15 to fulfill the remaining conditions, all the remaining conditions. So for this method, we can know that the number of conditions on the second round almost dominates the overall complexity of this attack, because all the remaining conditions can be efficiently fulfilled. So this is an example where most of the differential conditions are satisfied with the above technique. And as for another attack related to our attack is the 40-step semi-free start clean attack. And in this attack, we choose the message difference at M12, which is used to update the last internal state in the first round of on the right branch. And then we deduce a sparse differential chair here. And then we search for a compatible differential chair on the left branch, such that we can get a clean. And for this, for a differential chair of this shape, there is also an efficient way to do the message modification. So firstly, we know there is an efficient way to fulfill the conditions on this part. And we can call this a starting point. And for each starting point, we can use the degrees of freedom in X12 to fulfill the remaining conditions. So for such a message modification technique, we can know that the number of conditions on the right branch will dominate the overall complexity. So based on these non-techniques and the results, in this work, we propose some a new tool, which is based on SET, not rather than MLP. And they will also find a practical cleaning attack on 40-step RapMD. And this is the first time to break half of 4 rounds of RapMD after more than 25 years of its publication. And we also improve the semi-free start cleaning attack by 3 steps. So let me give more details. So first is the set-based tool, and it's indeed very easy to do this work, and we do not view it as a technical contribution because we simply re-implement the shoot code given in my paper, yeah, at Eurocrypt 2023. And the main purpose is to see whether we can, to increase the diversity of this tool, and yeah. We want have, and he's also, and Yinxin is also very familiar with that, so he wants to implement this tool with his own, yeah, with his own, what? Yeah, okay, I will omit the details because yeah, you can check, yeah, okay, let us focus more on the attacks. So how do we achieve the best attacks? Now, how do we achieve the 40-step cleaning attack? We are inspired from the 36-step cleaning attack because we observed that the shape of the differential chair in this attack can be illustrated by this figure. So as you can see, there are 3 places of local cleans, one local clean on the first round on the left branch, and the second local clean is at the second round on the left branch, and the third local clean is on the second and the first round on the right branch. So like this. So how can we improve this attack based on this shape of differential trio? And we also know that for a differential trio of this shape, we have an efficient way to fulfill the differential conditions, and the conditions on the second round dominate, the number of conditions on the second round dominates the whole complexity. So to improve the attack, we have to ensure that the number of conditions here should be as small as possible. And to improve the number of attack rounds, we need to choose the message words to inject differences where such that they are used to update the internal states xi, yi as late as possible. Yeah, so they were not used to calculate these internal state words and these internal states. So we under these constraints, we use a very simple, we can build a very simple model, and we identify 3 choices. Although it seems that we can attack 32 rounds, but there are too many conditions here, so we cannot have an efficient way to fulfill the differential conditions. So we tend to attacking 40 steps of RAPMD, and we choose the message differences at M2, M0, M2, M11, and M12. So because for these choices of message difference, we also have a very beautiful local clean here, and we also know where the remaining local cleans are. So here. So we need to find a solution for the question marks. Also, to make the message multiplication efficient, we need to ensure the number of conditions on the second round is as small as possible. So we optimize, so we minimize the Hamming weight on the this part. It's very easy to do this, and then we search the remaining solution for the remaining question marks, and then based on a similar message modification technique as in the 36-step clean attack, we very similar but slightly different. But you can see the details in our paper. So based on this different trio, we can find a gliding matched pair in about 60 hours with 115 threads, and this is a concrete example. So yeah, I'm very happy to see this result. Yeah, and for the 40-step for our new semi-free start clean attack, it also, it's very similar to the 40-step semi-free start clean attack, and as already stated, the differential probability on the right branch will affect the overall complexity. However, in the previous attack, in this paper, the differential trio on this part is deduced by hand, and whether they are optimized is unknown. And we also know that with these tools, it's relatively easy to optimize, to do some optimization problem. So, and we also know that the Hamming weight, the Hamming weight is related to the differential probability. So we can optimize the sparsity of a trio with this tool. So we can easily, we're generally following the same way to construct locally, so they will be of this shape. And we know the different probability of on the right branch will affect the whole complexity. So we first optimize the Hamming weight on the right branch, and it's it's very easy to find such a solution with the solver. And after obtaining this differential trio on the right branch, we then search for a differential trio on the left branch, and it's also very easy to search it. And finally, after getting the trio, we use the similar method to do the message modification, and we can then find that this attack can reach up to such 43 steps. And we also try to attack 44 steps, but the complexity is higher than that of the burst attack, so we cannot claim a valid attack. So also, finally, as you may observe, we seem to have reached the best of the strategies in the previous clean attacks and the semi-free start clean attacks. So can we have another way to construct local cleans that can allow us to attack more steps? So I think this is an interesting problem. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
So we have quite some time for questions. Okay, I have some questions.
Yeah.
Because I worked on RapMD as well quite some time ago. So have you also considered to look into freestyle collisions?
No, we
Then you
have
could
not.
run the difference backward and then maybe forward to feed forward to squeeze out a few more rounds at least.
We did not consider same free start because maybe someone will complain it's not so important. So we didn't, but we can try. Yeah. Because with the tool, it's relatively easy to do this now, I think. Yeah.
Okay, and for the tool you have built, do you see other applications than only RapMD?
Of course, we have application to SHA-2. Yeah. So yeah, we have. Indeed, I think it can be applied to almost all MD SHA hash functions, but you know, many are have been broken, so the application range is limited. Maybe only SHA-2 and RapMD, and I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So last option for one question. No, okay, then let's thank the speaker and all the speakers of the session again.
So thank you very much.
And we will now have a lunch break.